Hi dear viewers, welcome to this repair. Have you made the mistake of pouring summer washer fluid into the system and it's winter outside? So instead of pouring this one, which has the resistance to freezing, you poured either tap water or the summer washer fluid. Well, if you've done that, then there is a good probability when winter temperatures arrive that the whole system will freeze. If this has happened to you, then this video will show you a couple of pretty easy ways to get yourself out of trouble. Now, to be clear, solving this problem is pretty much a pain in the butt. You're gonna have to have some patience, but it is doable, so stay tuned. Now, dear viewers, what you will probably encounter if everything is frozen is that when you open the washer fluid reservoir, inside you'll see traces of ice, or it may be frozen totally. So you'll see a big block of ice in that case. Besides that, when you touch these rubber hoses right here, you will see that they are stiff. They cannot be moved like this, but they will be frozen. And when you see this, you'll know that you have a problem. Now, what damage can be caused by the washer fluid freezing? Well, first of all, this electric motor pump can go faulty. The part of the pump where the propeller is that builds up the pressure within the system can get broken, and you'll have to change the electric motor. Another common thing that may happen is that the rubber tubing that leads to the nozzles can, because of the ice inside, can get ruptured, broken, and you'll have to replace it. Also, and this is a rare case, the plastic, because the ice expands, can get broken, and you'll have to change the whole washer fluid container. All in all, there is not big damage. Even if all of this happens, it's not a problem. Most of these parts are not expensive to replace. The only downside of it is that there may be accessibility issues. For instance, if this washer fluid container is not in a good place, like on the Clio, but like on the Skoda, where it's built in behind the fender and the bumper, it's a pretty big job to get access to it. Also, another problem may be getting all of these lines replaced. This tubing, since it can go through all parts of the car, go down there through the engine bay, and it may be time consuming and a bit painstaking to replace it. But all in all, the biggest problem is that you will not have the washer fluid system working, and it's dangerous while driving because you don't have good visibility and you can't wipe off the filth off the windshield properly. Now, dear viewers, the first tip I have for you is the easiest one, provided you have the possibility and you have the means for it. And that is to park the car somewhere where there is heating. A heated garage would be an ideal scenario. But if you have a shed, if you have a garage, anywhere where it's above 0 degrees, I'm talking in Celsius, so anywhere where it's above freezing temperature, park the car and just wait it out. The benefits of this is that you will not have to do anything, of course. Then you will avoid breaking parts of the washer fluid system. For instance, defrosting the whole system while there is ice in the tubing and in the washer fluid reservoir, they can break easily. The plastic intersections and connectors may break, the tubing may break, and all in all, you may cause some damage. The downside is that you'll have to wait probably for at least an hour in a heated garage for it to melt and for you to be able to use the washers again. But all in all, if you have the possibility, do this first. The next very easy thing you can do, if you don't have a heated garage, if you can't park somewhere where it's above freezing temperature, then try starting the engine and let the engine work until it builds up working temperature. This may or may not help, to be honest. The point is, when the engine builds up temperature, okay, and when the hood is closed, a pocket of warm air will form inside the engine bay, and it may warm up the whole system, warm up the tubing, warm the washer fluid reservoir, and it may start to defrost, and you'll get the washers working again. I don't know. In my experience, I've tried this one. It didn't work when the system was seriously frosted. And the other downside is you have to run the engine for a serious amount of time. In the winter season, it takes at least 15-20 minutes to reach working temperature, then to build up to temperature within the engine bay. So do what suits you best. It's definitely worth the try, since all you have to do is start the engine and wait. but from my personal experience, it doesn't give very good results. Now, dear viewers, the next thing you can do is to boil some water and pour it into the washer fluid reservoir. You must remember this. Do not use boiling hot water, okay? So once you boil the water in the kettle or in some sort of pot, let it cool down a bit. If you were to pour boiling water directly into the reservoir, there's a risk of damaging the reservoir. It can crack because of a difference in temperatures, and after that you'll have to replace the whole reservoir. Instead, let it cool down a bit until it's a bit above lukewarm, okay? And then pour it inside the reservoir. After this, wait for some time, 10 minutes at least, for the water to melt the ice inside. Hopefully, when it melts the ice inside, it will melt the ice that forms inside the electric motor and partially in the tubing of the system. After this, when you see that the ice is gone from the washer fluid reservoir, turn on the ignition and try to use the washers, okay? Try with the stock switch. On this part, be very careful, okay? Just give it a small budge at first, so you don't damage the electric motor. If there is still frost on the mentioned propeller of the electric motor, it can break it, and then you'll have to change the electric motor also. If you hear that everything is okay, that the sound is okay, then probably the electric motor is starting to push that warm water into the system. Do it a couple of times, and hopefully that warm water will go through the whole tubing and eventually go to the nozzles, and you'll defrost the system this way. So you're going to probably have to repeat this several times, especially if it's totally frozen. So boil the water a couple of times, pour it, try the washers, and do this until you see the washers working again. Another very good option for solving the problem is to use a hairdryer. Now, how should you use it? Well, first you can, of course, take this extension off, open the washer fluid reservoir, and if there's ice inside, put the dryer inside here and blow hot air inside. Over time, the ice will start to melt. But where the hairdryer is really useful is to defrost the rubber pipings. If there's ice in here, when you heat it with the hairdryer, it is very effective in defrosting and saving the pipes from cracking, breaking, and everything else. So the rubber will heat up and eventually the ice will disappear. I would recommend when using it, don't hold on to one place very long. Go around the tubings, slowly, one step at a time, so that all the tubing heats up evenly. So all in all, if you have this possibility, it's definitely worth a try. And dear viewers, for the final solution for this problem, which is the most painstaking and the most tough one, and that is that you have to dismantle the whole system and clean it that way. You should only do this if the system is severely frosted and there is no other way to solve the problem, or some of the parts are damaged, like the tubing or the mentioned washer fluid reservoir, and you have to change it, and so on. If you're forced to do this, then the best way is to first disconnect the washer fluid reservoir from the whole system. As we mentioned in our previous video, there you disconnect the tube from the electric motor, remove the fluid reservoir, take it out, and either use hot water, pour the remnants of ice and water out, and if you have to replace the reservoir, do so. If you don't, you can then return it. While it's off, you'll have to take off the tubing. To do this, I would recommend to find an intersection like this one, where the one tube coming from the electric motor splits into two tubes for the nozzles. Disconnect it right here, take the tubing out, heat it up, or replace it if you have to. The same thing goes for these tubings that go to the nozzles. If you have to disconnect them from the intersection, replace them, or warm them up, clean them, whatever you have to do to get the whole system running. Regarding the washer nozzles, in most cases you can take them off the hood. They have plastic clips on the lower side, and you can take them out and try to clean them. You can take a pin like this one and try to clean the ice from the nozzles, you can stick it inside here, pull it in and out, and try to clean it this way. Also, you can pick the ice around it and try to get a clear passageway for the nozzle. Now, solving the problem with this method, in my opinion, should be avoided. If you have the possibility, rather park the car and wait or something like that than do all of this dismantling. I don't know what's worse, the fact that everything can easily break because of low temperatures. Things like this intersection here, like the tubing, like various fittings, all of these plastics that you have to remove in order to gain access to the washer fluid reservoir. All of these become very brittle in low temperatures, and everything you break you have to buy new and install, and very painstaking. There's also the fact that you will probably freeze yourself if you're doing this outside. Your hands will freeze, you will freeze, and you can get sick and get a cold. So have this in mind. You may be forced to do this. If you have to do it, take this into consideration that lots of things can break off, and always keep yourself warm. Wear warm clothes to avoid getting sick. So, dear viewers, as you've seen, all of this is nothing complicated to do except for the last method where you have to dismantle everything. If you have a car that has a more complicated washer fluid system and there are accessibility issues and you can't reach it, best, I don't know, find somewhere, call a friend, pay someone to drive your car into a heated garage or something like that, and just let it defrost and solve the problem. That way it will be much better for you and for the car. And for the end, dear viewers, know this: all of these problems can be avoided if you use the proper washing fluid on time. So when freezing temperatures are even near, they don't have to start. Take out all of the summer washer fluid inside your car and either take it completely out or run it through the nozzles and add the proper washing fluid that has this marking on it that shows the freezing resistance of the washer fluid, and all of the problems will be solved and you'll save yourself from a lot of trouble. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Please like and subscribe. It's a huge help for what we're doing. If you find the time, watch our other videos where you can see lots of other videos related to cars, car maintenance, driving, and cars in general. See you in the next video.